Dr. Lei Wang here. I wanted to share some reflections that I had from a book I recently read that was recommended by my mentor. It's called The Defining Decade by Dr. Meg Jay. I really like the book because it, in some, talked about how people can use their 20s to prepare for the rest of their lives rather than waiting for something to happen to them, like waiting for the right job to come, waiting for the right relationship to come. It reminded me of a concept that I really like in vocational or career psychology. It is called planned happenstance. On the surface, the words don't look like they go together. So how can you plan for a happenstance to happen? The concept of planned happenstance is to prepare yourself so that when an opportunity actually comes, you can recognize it and make the best out of that opportunity. So, for example, if you would like to become a professor, you would want to go to grad school, you would want to network, you would want to publish research papers while you're in grad school. Obviously, you can't predict what positions will come by the time you graduate. However, you can use the time in grad school to make yourself as competitive as possible in order to seize the opportunity. Another example might be if your goal is to have a family, but you're not dating anybody right now. In Dr. J's book, she does talk about steps that you can take in order to prepare yourself to get closer to your goal. So things like maybe putting yourself out there by going to events in the community so that you can meet more people. Maybe letting your friends know that you are single and ready to mingle, seeing if they would introduce you to their friends, or maybe you might take the more typical route of going on dating sites or dating apps to meet more people and to prepare yourself in a way that if you're meeting more people, perhaps you'll know what kind of personality or types of relationships that you'd like. One of the things that Dr. J talks about is the myth of believing that your 20s is just an extension of your adolescence and that your life doesn't actually start until your 30s. She talks about how some of her clients who are in their late 20s or 30s, even 40s, really regret the fact that they didn't make the best out of their 20s because they really bought into the fact that their 20s is just a time for them to waste away, if you will. So all to say is think about where you might see yourself in your life and reflect to see if you're on the path to where you want to be. And how can you do a better job at planning for your happenstance so that when the opportunity does come, you don't let it just slip by and that you're actually able to make the best use of it.